to show you how to make whirled peas today. Some of you don't like peas, but you know you're supposed to have your 5 a day. So, Susan, what are we saying?
All we are saying is give peas a chance. All we are saying is give peas a chance.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, over to you.
Right. So, what do you need to make whirled peas? Well, clearly you need peas. And we've got here an onion and some garlic. And I've got a little bit of chilli because I just love things that are spicy, but if you don't like the spicy stuff, then leave the chilli out. I got some mint because it goes very nicely with peas. This is just mint in a packet because we're making this at the end of January and there isn't any mint in the garden. I've got a pea whirling device. So we've added the Swiss bouillon, which we don't have a huge amount, but we've got enough there. And I've peeled and roughly chopped half the onion. Did that off camera because I'm not a professional chef and didn't want to embarrass myself. And I'm just have 2 quite small cloves of garlic, which I'm just going to roughly chop. I never ever crush garlic. Garlic is really good for you, and the more you can get into you, the healthier it is. But the smaller you crush it, the stronger the taste, so it's best not to make it too small. And the chilli, I'm going to de-seed this, and you probably don't want to leave the seeds in the chilli because it will just overwhelm the whole dish. And this is a pretty big chilli. I think I might only include half of it. So we'll just pick the seeds out, dump them in the rubbish bin. I'll do the other one, the other half while I'm at it. There we go. And I think we'll just use that bit and we'll set that aside for use in something else, but later on. Just get rid of the rest of the seeds and we'll just chop this off. So now I'm just going to put this in a pan and sweat it down a bit. Okay, me sitting down to cook because it's the only way I can fit myself into the frame. So just light oil, not olive oil, that would be too strong tasting. I think a little bit of oil in the pan, probably too much because I tend to use a bit too much. And go garlic, onions, chilli, bit of onion dropped over the side, bring that in. And we're just going to soften these, not make them go brown. That taste would be too strong for this soup. We'll just toss those around for a moment. There we go. I've turned the heat down a little bit so that they didn't get too brown, and they all are now, I don't know whether you can see, sort of just soft and glistening. And I think we're just about there with the onions, the garlic and the chilli. Just 1 or 2 of them just started to go just a little bit brown. Okay, so we're going to take our onions mix in the blender. Not the blender, you could use a blender, but I think it's probably a bit too violent. This is a Maggi mix. Away, and in with the peas. With their juice. You could be using frozen peas, and if you use frozen peas you get a nice bright green, I think it's probably artificial colour. Garden peas are going to be a bit more what in England we would call khaki and what in America you might call khaki. So, on with the lid and whirl. Done it. Now it's going to be onto the stove with some water and some of our stock. Actually, before we finish whizzing, I forgot the mint. So I'm just going to put a few leaves of mint in, not the stems. 1, 2, 3 good-sized sprigs. I'm holding up the top and just running my fingers down, and the little leaves go in. Lid back on. Little smell, lovely. So the next stage is we've put the whirled peas in the saucepan. I had a kettle of water and I rinsed around the whirler with that, put that in to make sure we've got everything in there. Popped in some Swiss bouillon. You can use anything you like. This is vegetable bouillon, so the whole thing's vegetarian because we wanted it to be kosher and halal and completely vegetarian, because we don't want to leave people in the world out if we're trying to achieve world peas. And nice saucepan here. Put in as much water as, or little as water as you like to get the consistency. Some people like fairly thin, runny soup. Some people say that the notion of whirled peas they find boring. They want the excitement. Well, believe me, the chili in this gives you some excitement, so nobody's going to be bored with this whirled peas. Just wait for it to come to a boil and then we'll be ready to serve. Almost ready to go now. Why do people make saucepans whose handles get hot? It really does seem a bit silly to me. So that's it, that's my recipe for whirled peas. We've got 2 nice bowls of whirled peas soup here, garnished with a little bit of mint. We're serving it with Vogel's wholemeal and oat bread toaster, which is absolutely delicious. At this point I should do a little sort of mouet and say how delicious it is, and I'm going to call in 6 o'clock.